Hi guys, it's Teresa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm really excited because I'm gonna be doing my first book haul in a long time and also the first book haul of 2019. These are all the books pretty much that I've acquired in the time since Christmas, really, because my grandma gave me a book voucher for Christmas and then I was trying to save it for like a time when that bookstore had like an extra like percentage off. So anyway, it took me a minute to first of all get that list together of books I wanted and then like actually wait for the additional voucher to order it. But now everything is here and I'm finally able to film this haul. I'm so excited. Ever since these books came in, I've been just like staring at them creepily. Like they were sitting on my desk and like a huge pile, and I was always like, oh my god, I want to read them now, but at the same time I like doing book hauls when I haven't read the books yet, because then it's kind of more like a wrap up and that's not really the point. So yeah, today I'm just going to show you the books I got in the last few months and I'm so freaking excited. Before we get started though, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you're enjoying it and subscribe. And now let's jump right into the video. The first book I'm going to show you actually wasn't even part of that Christmas purchase, I guess, but it was a Christmas gift from my Japanese friend who really kindly like asked her mom to order this book in Japan, and then her mom came to visit her over the holidays and then she gave it to me, like the length she went to get me this book. I am so excited and I'm finally able to show it to you in a book haul because this is Seirei no Moribito, and I can't remember the name. I think it's Uebashi is like the name of the author, but maybe not. This is the first book in a fantasy series for children. It's obviously written in Japanese, and my friend said that this was her favorite book, her favorite fantasy book as a child, and that she would really recommend me to read it, and so very kindly she got it for me. I'm so excited. I mean, just look at this cover. I think it is absolutely stunning and I keep staring at it, again, creepily on my shelves. The book even has illustrations and pictures in it, so I'm so excited about it. As I said, it's a children's book, so some of the kanji, or like many of the kanji, actually have like furigana written next to them, which means it's like a transcription, so it's easier to read for children. And since I count myself into that category as far as my Japanese skills go, I think it's a good place to kind of start reading if you're not yet ready to like fully confront your kanji knowledge head on. And I'm just so excited. I'm hoping to get to this in February when I have a lot more time, because I can't wait to read this, honestly. And since it is a series, there's always an option to continue, so I'm very excited about that. The second book that's also not quite like the others in this haul is an ARC that I won on Instagram. I am so extremely excited about this because it's by an author I love and it's a book I'm highly anticipating. It's actually on my list of books for 2019 that I couldn't wait for. And then by random chance, I won a giveaway by the author for this book. And I cannot believe my luck. Like honestly, this never happens to me. I've won maybe like 2 or 3 things in my life. And I'm just so hyped for this because this is Dark Shores by Danielle L. Jensen. The first book in a new series. I think it's supposed to be a series. And it's coming out in, I think, April or March. It does say on here, I believe, in May 2019. This is a story set on the high seas and it follows pirates and all that kind of cool stuff, and I'm just so freaking excited. Honestly, I'm gonna try and read this super soon so I can get a review to you as soon as possible. And I don't know, honestly, I'm not doing this for altruistic reasons at all. I'm literally just so hyped to have this book in my hands and I cannot wait to actually read it. Plus, it is actually signed and personalized to me, and so like this is just literally the best thing ever. I cannot get over how much I'm in love with this, honestly. Then I have one last book that again doesn't fit into the rest of the haul, and then we'll actually get to the books that I ordered with that Christmas voucher. But this is Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. It's enormous, and obviously a secondhand copy, as you can tell. I ordered this on Amazon for like a few euros because I was thinking of like getting it, and I thought, like, you know what, this is probably a book where there's lots of secondhand copies in circulation, and I should probably try and get one of those. And I did. It's kind of nasty looking, like there's some dirt on it, and I'm not 100% sure where this has been at all. Like, I have no idea where this has been, but I do own it now, and I don't know when I'll read it because it is, as I said, enormous, but I do want to eventually read it, and I'm just kind of glad that I now have the option. Okay, so finally now I can show you the books that I actually got with that Christmas voucher I kept telling you about, and this is The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. It's a non-fiction book. It's a memoir by the author who grew up in very unconventional circumstances. Like, her parents, I think, were like hippies or something like that. Like, they had a very strange worldview and very strange values, and ended up, like, by choice living like homeless, and that obviously placed Jeanette herself in a very like difficult position, like gave her a very difficult and dysfunctional upbringing. And this is basically just her memoir of that experience, and I have heard so many great things about this. Honestly, I know so many people really love it. I believe it's very hard-hitting and probably not easy to read at all, but I'm just really like excited to read this. It's like a very different experience to what I personally experienced as a child, so I think that's always really interesting to read, like, about other people's upbringing and stuff like that, particularly when it's such a you know, troubled one. The next book I got literally for no reason other than I finally wanted to know what the hype was about, and I just started reading it like today. I'm 20 pages in, so I can't really say anything about it, but that is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Now, this is obviously the first book in the Raven cycle that is extremely hyped on YouTube. It's been out for a little while. This came out in 2012, and so the series is completed, but people are still talking about it, and I think it's very rare, particularly with like hype books that are only hyped because of like the proper like marketing. So I think that that's the reason like so much hype is very short-lived. But with this book, I feel like it keeps going and with this series, and so I wanted to just give it a go. So first of all, the thing that confused me was that I still, after hearing so much about this book, had not any clue of what it is actually about, because I feel like what people say is like, it's very complex, so I'm not even gonna try to explain it or something along those lines, and it's just really frustrating. So I'm gonna tell you so far what I've gathered that this book is about. Basically, it follows a girl called Blue. She's 16, and she lives in a family of clairvoyants. So all of her aunts, all her mothers. So her mother, her aunts, her cousin, everybody in her family. Everybody in her family is female, first of all, and also everybody in her family is able to like predict the future some way, shape or form. They're able to like see ghosts as well, like the people that are gonna die in the next year. And Blue doesn't have that ability at all, but she is sort of like a catalyst, so she enhances those powers in her family members, but she doesn't have any herself. And so a prediction that her family keeps making about her is that she will, when she kisses her true love, they will die, or he will die. So that's sort of the setup of the book. I'm finding it a little bit boring so far. It's not badly written. I don't think Maggie Stiefvater, which I've read her Shiver trilogy, I don't think she's a bad writer at all. It's just going to be more a question of, am I going to like the story that she comes up with, or that she came up with for this book? And yeah, I don't know. So the next two books I got are part of the continuation of the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. Yay! The Obelisk Gate, as well as The Stone Sky. I read the 5th season. I keep forgetting that name. The 5th season at the end of 2018, so I do believe it kind of flew a little bit under the radar. Which I didn't intend, but it kind of, you know, happens that way. But I definitely really want to continue this trilogy, and I don't know if by the time this video goes up, you have seen my February TBR, but if you have, then you will already know I'm planning to read these books in February, hopefully, because I just really want to finish it, and I should probably do that while the first book is still fresh in my mind. I'm really excited, and yeah, I can't wait to know how a story continues and ends. So I've said before that I have sometimes issues sort of continuing reading books by authors that I enjoy or that I know I enjoy. It's not really like any specific reason. It's just more like a matter of like, well, you know, I can always do that. Like I always will have the chance to do that. And then I never really take that step and like get books by them. So this is an author that I've done that for much too long for. I've read 6 of his books so far and enjoyed all of them. So I think it's time to read something else because those 6 books were all from the same series. But anyway, this is Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. Why is it already creased? Oh no. Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. I actually have no idea what this book is about. I believe it's a standalone, or it started off as a standalone, but now it has sequels. Something like that. I honestly don't know. But I thought I should probably read something by him outside of the Mistborn series because I actually never have, and that hit me recently and I was like, that's weird. Like I really enjoy his fantasy style, I really enjoy his writing style, like why am I not reading more by him? And so I thought this would be a good opportunity to try something else. I don't know what this is about, as I said. I don't know if it continues. It's another fantasy, high fantasy, so I'm hyped. And can we just on a side note say that these covers are so pretty. I love them. I have all of his other books in this edition. So, you know, it's gonna be one of those kinds of collections. Next, I got The Radium Girls by Kate Moore. This is a book that I had actually planned on reading for Nonfiction November last year, but that ended up not actually getting that month. And so I thought, it's time, you know, I probably should do it now. So as you might have guessed, this is a nonfiction book set during the First World War, where women were made to paint different devices with sort of, I think it was like neon, or like, what's that called? Color that lights in the dark, glows in the dark. I don't know. Can't think of the word right now. In that paint were some substances that were radioactive, and so as time went on, these women started suffering heavy side effects of it, and many died, or all of them died, I don't know, but it was, as far as I know, it was a very gruesome process, and it was super terrifying and inhuman what happened to them. So I'm really glad that I finally have this book. I can't wait to read it. I'm so interested. Then I have another sequel, and that is Waking Gods by Sylvain Neuvel. This is the second book in the Sleeping Giants Themis Files, is what it's called, the Themis Files series. And I really enjoyed the first book last year, but then never got around to like reading the sequel. So I finally got it, and I believe the third book came out last year as well, but it was a little bit more expensive than this one, so I thought I should probably like wait and get it as soon as it also goes down a little bit in price. If you didn't know about this series yet, where have you been? It basically follows a young girl who once like falls into a random pit and like discovers that she's landed on a hand, like this huge hand, and scientists start like investigating and find out that the material that hand is made of isn't actually of the earth. And then as she grows up, she herself becomes a scientist and starts investigating this phenomenon. So it's basically like an alien sci-fi story. And I really enjoyed the first one. Can't wait to read the second one. And yeah, I'm just really excited about it. In keeping with that genre of sci-fi, I also got finally The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. This is another book where the trilogy is already completed, and I'm only just now getting into it. Like I'm only just now getting around to actually getting the book and hopefully reading it soon. I'm not really sure what it's about, but I've heard many great things. It's a sci-fi story. It's supposed to be really well written, and it's supposed to have like a lot of really interesting, unique characters, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I can't wait to read it myself and let you know what I think. Honestly, the theme, like the overarching theme of this haul, is books I should have bought a long time ago but haven't yet, so now I'm making up for it. The next book is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. This is like a Russian fairy tale, I believe. I don't know if it's a retelling of one or if it's just like a new fairy tale that she has written, but I've heard many great things about it. I know it has a sequel that also came out recently, or like 1 or 2 years ago, I don't know. And yeah, I'm just really excited about it because I've yet to hear like one negative thing about this book. Then I have I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. This is a very short thriller, it looks like. I think it's a thriller. I literally know nothing about anything. All I know is that it has gotten very like positive reviews, and it's very short, so I can read it pretty quickly, I'm assuming. And I'm just excited about it. I'm a huge thriller fan, and I don't know, I feel like sometimes thrillers tend to get really long and like dragged out, so I'm hoping with this being more to the point, it's still gonna deliver on like enough suspense building, but still not like go off on too many tangents. Let me know if you have read this yourself and what you thought of it, because I think so far I've only heard like 1 or 2 people talk about it. Maybe I'm just like watching the wrong people, but yeah, I haven't heard many things about it. But yeah, it did somehow appear on my radar, so there it is, and I'm hoping to also read this pretty soon. Second to last, we have Neverworld Wake by Marisha Pessl. This book came out in 2018, and I really enjoyed Night Film by her. And so I was really excited to get my hands on this. I have no idea what it's about. I've heard mixed reviews of it, but since I have no idea what the actual topic is or even what genre this is, I can't really say if that means much to me. Like, I'm just gonna go in blind and see what I think. And then the last book I got is called Women Talking by Miriam Toews. I don't know how to pronounce her surname, but this is a very interesting book. I've only heard like 1 person talk about it, but it intrigued me so much I felt like I needed to get it. So basically, apparently between 2000 and 2009, in some religious colony, over 100 girls and women were like raped repeatedly by the men in their community. And it was sort of written off by the community as like being done by ghosts and demons and whatever. So they were like made to believe that it was not actually the men in their community doing it. They were like kept illiterate and kind of ignorant of the outside world. And so basically this book imagines a situation where these women, or 8 of these women, come together and just talk about what happened, I believe. And it's just like, you know, that part is obviously fictional, but it's based on these real events. So I thought that was really interesting, and I imagine this book would be very difficult to read. So yeah, I'm a little apprehensive, but at the same time, I think it could be very powerful and very, you know, eye-opening as well. So I'm really excited to read this. Again, if you have read it, please share your experience of that in the comments, because I'd love to know. And yeah, again, I will let you know what I think of it as soon as I read it. And that is it for all of the books that I had to show you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely did. I am so excited about all my new acquisitions. Now I just need to find space for them on my TBR shelf, because, you know, we all know that I don't actually have any. So yeah, I'll have to improvise, I guess. Luckily today I'm getting a new bookshelf brought over, so I'm just gonna end the video here. Hope you enjoyed it again, and I will see you very soon with another one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I upload every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday, and I will see you very soon with another video. Until then, have a lovely week. Bye!